Welcome to the 1920s. Good of you to join us, good sir. We're just over here living it up in the roaring 20s, speakeasies, and all that jazz. Welcome. My name is Michael. I'm the Wikid co-founder. Today, we're doing something a little bit different from the podcast. I'm going to be reading a dramatic version of the Barrels comic. I'm going to share with you guys. You can see it on my screen there. In fact, let me full screen that. Let's see. My apologies. Well, maybe we can't do full screen. I thought you could do full screen on there, but that's fine. So yes, here we go. Dramatic reading of Barrels by yours truly, Michael Watson and Jeff Lasley. We open in Sing Sing Correctional Facility, Osage, New York, USA, April 16th, 1926. Hey there, Tommy Gallo. It's been a while. You look better than I remember. Ha! It's good to see you too, Emma. I see you've been staying busy. Business is booming, I take it. You could say that. That's what I thought. They put me in the can in 1918, 2 years before Prohibition began. Kimura's speakeasies have been making our organization rich. I've been dying to get my piece of the action. We had help from the Chicago outfit. The Chicago outfit? Aren't they those crazy bastards led by that kingpin Al Capone? Hitman tried to take out Torrio and Capone. Instead, Capone took control of the Chicago outfit. 26, he's already a boss. Exactly. He'll help us take back New York from the Morellos. Damn it! We don't take orders. We need the money. Prohibition is good business, but we barely managed to survive the Morellos, and they're relentless. Fuck the Morello family. You know those bastards killed my wife, my child. You gotta hit them back hard, babe. Hard! I'm sorry. Have you forgotten what happened to you when you went to prison? You can't afford to go to war now. Things are finally looking up. I don't know what to do. But I know that all that matters is I'm back here with you. Tommy, I'm glad you're here too. Get in, let's talk. I think we might have a new job that'll make you feel better. Sure thing, I'll calm down about that. I'm good. Tops is some hooch. Of course, you gotta have some backwater moonshine. Can't go wrong there. We have a speakeasy at the Green Club. I can't wait to show you. We're meeting tonight to discuss our new graft over some moonshine. Looks back at Sing Sing Prison, looking back at everything that's come before in the last 7 years. And he drives away, never looking back again. By the way, amazing art here you see is by Jeff R. Lasley. Go follow him on Twitter at Jeff R. Lasley. He is an incredible artist, and he's one of my favorite people to work with, and I really recommend you take him up on a project if you have a need for it. And so we pick up the action here back in New York City proper. All the cars honking as they head into the Green Club. So now they go into the back room of the speakeasy to discuss their next plan. I can't believe it's really you, Tommy. This day couldn't get any better. You're telling me, doll. I remember the day they clapped bracelets on our boy. This is cause for celebration. Bartender, round of drinks. Thanks. It's good to see you all. I was in the surface so long I forgot what it's like to be with friends. You got a new job? Aww. Some moonshine from the Morello family's hidden distilleries in the Appalachians is arriving tonight. It's being transported by seasoned bootleggers riding in modified speedsters. Take this. We're gonna set up a roadblock on one of the mountain roads to force the bootleggers to stop. Well, we'll rob them for their alcohol. I don't want any killing. We can't let the Sicilian mafia families take it back to the Camorra. We take the hooch and run. Minimize the risks and maximize the profit. I like it. We're on bad terms with the Morello crime family. They can't find out we've been robbing them blind for the last 6 months. We're in no position to get into another reckless turf war. If you're feeling up to it, Tommy, we'd love to have you with us when we take the crates off these embalmers' hands. You're crazy, motherfuckers. Pretending to make peace while stealing from them the whole time. That's the kind of shit I'd think up. Let's finish this coffin varnish before we get started. I haven't gotten drunk in over 8 years, and I'm ready to have some fun. I'm so happy you're here, Tommy. We've all missed you dearly. It just wasn't the same without you. Ah, geez, Gloria, I missed you all too. A toast to Tommy's release from Sing Sing. May he bring us good fortune and a return to the old days. Salute! Sorry. The Appalachian Mountains, New York. Gaetano, watch out! God damn it! This is set up. Drive around the cans. Fuck. Okay. And the team starts blasting. Oh, we got. Let me see. Here we got. Uh, Get out of the fucking car now, shitheads. Skirt. Okay, let's get these crates loaded. Excuse me. Let's get these crates loaded. Great. Thanks for playing. Great. Thanks for playing, fellas. It's been a pleasure. Let's blow. Yeah, the G-men should be around the corner. I give us another 15 minutes. They'll find these washed up bastards. By the way, in about a moment we mentioned the G-men here, and I think in about a moment I'm going to call them by the FBI. That was a bit of a typo. We're trying to fix for the next printing. It's actually at this time it was the Bureau of Investigation, which you go into one of the history sections in the back of the book. But the Bureau of Investigation was the precursor to the FBI, but they had limited powers, and it wasn't until much later that they began to make arrests and had much more authority. Speaking on the history again, I guess it is an interesting, fact to note. Earlier in the, part we saw some speakeasies and backeasy speakeasies. Those were very common back in the 1920s. Of course, once Prohibition set in and it banned the manufacture of alcohol, the uh, the people who wanted to drink had to go to these illegal back alley places, and so the criminal organizations found a new market to get rich on and became very powerful and wealthy during these times. Many of which being so much power that they started to control the very government itself, the power that be, um, and so Those kind of speakeasies you see were, very common. There's probably thousands of them in the city. Tommy, what the fuck are you doing? We had a plan. Holy shit. Forget about them, Tommy. Let's move it. You don't understand the score. The Morellos murdered my family. You can't forget and move on. That shit stays with you, capire? I'm going to do to them what they did to me, starting with these dead men. It was the stupidest thing you could have done, Tommy. Are you out of your damn mind? Let's just leave him here. Hold on, just wait. Tommy, explain yourself. What's our game plan here, baby? Talk to me. I'm Tommy Gallo, and I'm a camarista. You thought you'd beaten us. You were wrong. Your dawn is next, but you'll die for now. You'll do for now. You can't do this. This will ruin everything the Camorra's achieved in the last 8 years. Do you get it? It's what the organization needs. The Morello family ruined our legacy. If we don't do something, we'll never be able to reclaim New York. You're going to start another war. If that's what it takes to get rid of these Sicilian scumbags, it'll be worth it. Tommy, watch out! Get down! We're gonna get our shot if we don't leave now! Besides, the BOI will be here any minute. Get in the car, Tommy. Come on, please, Tommy, we have to leave. I'm sorry, Emma. This is for my wife and son. God rest their souls. I can't let these guys walk away. Now you know how it feels to lose your life and everything you hold dear. Oh, uh, just happened. Why? Why is there a kid here? Fuck, man! Oh, Tommy, we can't stay any longer. Get in the bucket right now. We have to go. Uh, yeah, I know. Sorry. We cut from the action to Bellevue Hospital in Manhattan, New York City, New York. I'm going to fucking kill these goddamn murderers. Giuseppe, how did this happen? Why was Luca with them? Luca bribed the bootleggers for a ride. Our men were leaving the distillery when they were hit. Dumb kid! I told him to stop using his status to push boundaries. Poor Luca. Who did this? The only survivor was shot up but escaped during the chaos to get us his information. One of the gunmen said his name was Tommy Gallo, a Camorra mobster. First, this little shit murders my son, and then he threatens me and my entire enterprise. That cocky son of a bitch. If it's another war you want, then that's how it's gonna be. I fought and killed my way through the Camorra to get to the top of the Morello crime family almost a decade ago now. You and I crushed their operation, Giuseppe, but it seems that they have dreams of a resurgence. It's time to shut that shit down. If they want to continue the Mafia-Camorra war, so be it. What are orders? What are your orders, sir? I want you to send men to shoot up every single Camorra run speakeasy across New York. I don't care what kind of deals with the Camorra may have made with the Chicago outfit. We won't leave these two mobsters any room to run. Once they're out in the open, we'll finish the Camorra for good. What will happen in the next issue of Barrels? You'll just have to wait and find out next time on the thrilling adventures of Barrels. And then I have some stuff about the history. I guess I could read some of the history here while I'm at it. History of the 1920s. In Barrels were introduced to rival mafia groups vying for control of New York, the Italian Camorra and the Sicilian Mafia. These organizations both came from abroad to make new money in America, often putting the two at odds. Italian Camorra. The Camorra is an old criminal mafia group that originated in the 1800s in the Campania region of Italy, centering in the city of Naples. Or Napoli as it's also known, what started off as an Italian criminal organization soon became global. In contrast to the Sicilian Cosa Nostra, also known as the Sicilian Mafia, which has a pyramidal structure, the Camorra had a formation of many different clans who were prone to infighting. Drive-by shootings were common retaliations among warring clans. Camorra in America. Starting in the mid 1800s and early 1900s, A large number of Italian immigrants came to America, many settling in New York City. The Camorra also made their way to the U.S., establishing major branches in Staten Island and Brooklyn. One of the biggest Camorra clans in New York was the Navy Street Gang, pictured to the right. In the 1910s, the Camorra clans and various other New York gangs banded together to stand up against the powerful Morello crime family based out of Manhattan. The feuding between the two organizations came to a head in a bloody gang war known simply as the Mafia Camorra War, or sometimes which is also an extension of the Castellammares War. This led to the destruction of the Camorra, whose remaining members dispersed into other Italian crime groups. The Camorra did continue to operate back in its home country, and has since established operations here as well, but it's nowhere near the same as it once was back in those early days. In Barrels, the Neapolitan New York Camorra have managed to survive and are trying to regain control of the city. So that's a little bit of my own personal twist on the story to give it a little bit more fictional aspect of it. Cosa Nostra and the Italian-American Mafia. The Italian Mafia, also known as the Cosa Nostra, formed in the 19th century and quickly became one of the most powerful criminal organizations in the world. The group was made of clans that had a common structure and form of conduct. Each family or casca had control over a specific area. Morello crime family. Giuseppe Morello, pictured on the right, came to America from Corleone in Palermo, Italy. He settled in New York with his mother, stepfather, and his many sisters and stepbrothers. After several failed business attempts, Giuseppe and his family got involved in counterfeiting U.S. currency. The small Morello gang, known as the 107th Street Mob, controlled East Harlem and parts of Manhattan and the Bronx. He became to be known as Giuseppe the Claw Morello for his deformed right hand. Excuse me. The organization would grow, becoming the Morello crime family. The Morellos were the first mafia family in New York. The head was the hardworking boss, Giuseppe Morello. However, in 1909, Morello was arrested on counterfeiting charges and sentenced to 20 years in prison. Morello remained boss for his first year in prison. However, he wasn't released until 1920, during which time Morello lost his position as the boss. The boss of the Morellos at the time of Barrels, and the one who took on after Giuseppe Morello, was Joe the Boss, also known as Giuseppe Joe the Boss Masseria. Joe the Boss was the boss of the Morellos, as I said, and he was a ruthless mobster, expanding the group into bootlegging, extortion, loan sharking, and illegal gambling. Masseria, supported by his consigliere or counselor, Giuseppe Morello, the former boss, had ambitions to become the boss of all the Italian mafia families in New York. And that's Barrels issue number 1. I hope you have enjoyed this dramatic reading of Barrels. With something a little bit different. I thought it'd be fun to try something a little bit different. So hope you all have enjoyed it, and we will see you guys on a future episode of the Wikid Podcast.